Good evening. February 10, 2022 already. I started my newsletter a little bit early, so I had 10 seconds left before starting the stream. Today we are going to have another look at Blazor Office Add-ins, if that's even possible. Well, it is possible, but it's maybe not the optimal thing. But if you want to develop C# and Office, that is an option. And let's first start the show. Welcome back. This is second stream for this week already Thursday. If we make it into 12 p.m. then it's almost weekend, Friday, but today still Thursday. And that is if you're in the Netherlands, because in the Netherlands it's now 9 p.m. And let's move to the code window. Something like this. Let's first start up GitHub. And see if we have some ideas left from last week. Projects. Projects. We go into the beta project, Blazor WebAssembly. Bring fonts to assets folder. Yeah. Add manifest copy step for live deployment. Documentation with View 2 requirements. That's nothing for the live stream, I think. Use Blazor components. Use Blazor components, and we can do that by implementing the About screen that I also have in my website. www.softtestingsoftware.com. These are little components. Let's see if we are. Yeah, we are live coding today. Good. We can bring this About page. Wow, that's ugly. That needs some restyling as well. But we can do something like this. And bring that in the Office Add-in, Blazor Office Add-in. Let's first start the Visual Studio Office project, Blazor Add-in. So what we learn on Tuesdays, we are implementing on Thursdays and the other way around. So we're learning from both things. I thought I clicked Blazor here, but it's kind of slow booting. Not sure why it's that slow. Also want to have a small look if we can get closer to an object model instead of just rerouting commands to OfficeJS. Come on, guys. I thought I clicked this one. Apparently not. OfficeJS stopped responding 29 seconds. Oh, Disabling the extension productivity power tools. Nah, I want to keep that in for now. Oh, and I also wanted to see if I can get something like a return value from the paragraphs. Let's force a rebuild here to go into debug mode and get a file copied. So now if you go into the manifest file here, it should be the local version. And it's not again. I'm not sure why this is not done. If I go into the project here, properties. Oh, I know why it's done, and I fall for this trick every time. Because I have an option here. Yeah, that's the thing. Like this one. Add manifest copy step for live deployment. What we do over here is post build event. Specify commands that run after build completes, does not run if the build failed. Use call to invoke a batch file. Non-zero exit code will fail the build. When to run the post? Oh, okay. Always. And I also want this to be dependent on debug or release versions. Let's try to find out how we can do a post build event with different values. Oh, why is this screaming at me? Depending on build or debug, release or debug builds. If it's a release, it should be live, and otherwise it should be local. So let's have a look at Google here. Post deployment configuration depending on solution configuration. Debug or release. Debug and release are configurations and different. Solution configurations. There's no post on this page. Because if it's debug, it should be local. Save this. And if we go to release, it should be live. But if I switch this, it's not switching this one. Implicit global usage, nullable. Let's specify build events. Invoke a post build event to modify the application manifest. How to run Visual Studio post build events for debug only. Well, if you can do that, so there's probably also can detect the other one. Let's mute my phone because that's not funny. Pre and post build events run as a batch script. You can do conditional statement on configuration name. Strange, maybe it's just me, but I tried adding the if condition and now I get this error exited coded something blah blah blah. Is this from old to new or what? Let's try this one. Copy. Oh, it's expanding. That's nice. Copy. This is the live version, so that should be the release version. Else. And also copy this one too. if it's debug, it should be the local version. And change this to always for now to see if it's working. We do like echo, copy, live manifest file. Local. One up to date. Why is nothing happening here? I think that failed. Local manifest should be local, by the way. Echo output to post build event Visual Studio echo on. These crappy pages, I hate that. Stack Overflow. Always go to Stack Overflow. Modify your project setting to collect more than the default amount of information. Struggling with the same problem. The only way I was able to overcome this was to echo each line, but that was requiring to type everything twice. Once for the echo and once for the execute. Yeah. Even though I think it needs echo on, apparently. Oh. Echo on. Build. Is it not? It says always, but it's not happening. I think. What if we check this? This is now the localhost version. Go to release, and now we build it again. There, now we get some output here. So how come it's not always running this? Now this changed. That's the information. Now turn it back to debug. Open your local manifest file, that's right. So that seems to work. The question is, does it also work without adding echo on? The editor is not the same as the internal editor. Apparently, I can't do shift arrow down. That's not working. Also, I'm more like doing it the C# way, like this. Build. I wonder if you can use colored ASCII in here. Visual Studio post build event. No, not. I don't want a Nintendo, obviously. Change the color of the character. Batch, because it's a batch language, I think. Batch, change color of text. Like this. Which one? Strong background. Strong background. There, here. Let's see if we can do this. This is highlighted as well, but it's a link. Let's build this. Rebuild this. Oops, that doesn't work. Output. So that's not possible. No escape codes in the post build events apparently. Sadly. One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Something like this. Maybe it should go one further down and then like this. Oh, still failing. I did not rebuild, I think. Oh, that's where it fails. So it puts it apparently in the project rebuild. Oh, we're now completely let's have a look at this because the project file is now failing, I think. Oh. Okay, let's go in here and copy all of this. Copy, and delete it. I'll put it in Notepad first. Delete it. Now let's rebuild it. Still failing. Let's revert this one. So let's have a look at the changes here. This is not right. Messed it up completely. So let's revert this. Yes. Let's do that. And then go back in here. Post build. Save it. And let's build it again. Build succeeded. It did succeed, but it did not give me the output. Let's go in here. Rebuild. Now it fails again. What? Command echo. What is the command echo? this then, maybe. Rebuild this. Syntax of the command is incorrect. I've been running this, and if debug is debug. Oh, wait. I think this will fail. The equal sign on the echo is failing. So let's replace that with a pipe, maybe. Can we do that? I think the compiler is falling over the equal sign. Still not working. We had this working until I put in the escape codes. Now the echo on is not working anymore. This is also not right. I think it's falling over the enters in the file are not right. But sometimes we decided to put in escape codes apparently. Succeeded. Only thing what's not right here. That's this. To rewrite it again, I think. If configuration name equals debug, then it should go into a new thingy there. Copy, that's the command. Else. Don't know how VStudio messed this up here. Something like this then. Build. Now it's not building. Why is it not building while I put this in? While the build succeeds. Okay. Now it fails again. Close all tabs. Face Studio, you're messing with me. Here. Open. Is it in here? It's in here. Why did the echo stop working? Properties. Go back in here. The command echo on is failing, so this one is already failing. Rebuild. Okay, I think I need to close Fish Studio. Try it again. Because it was working and now it stopped working. And we got an update available. Let's check on the details here. What's new? Release notes. Fix an issue where the dataset for custom debugger visualizer would not work. Added support to cancel a pending hot reload. Oh, okay. Fix incremental deployment issues with Xamarin hot reload. Fix and enable code lenses from TFS. Fix the bug that would cause misaligned code colorization in Razor code colorization. And live share scenarios. Visual Studio C# intelligence from the developer community. Regularly have to kill devnx something. Razor tooling, disco colors persist. Severity bothers me. Fixed to be nice would be please see attached. The disco colors persist in the latest preview. Oh. The E and override. These are all highlighted. Directed your feedback. Blah blah blah. A fix for the issue has been internally implemented. And it will be now in the preview. The other one. Regularly have to force to kill devnx to close VS because the environment is locked and in edit and continue. True, that's what I run into as well. Okay. So this completely messed up my thing there. Close. Go back to Visual Studio in here. This is now UTF-8 file. Save as C temp post build. Make that on C. Save. Copy. Build. Nothing happens, but it is building. Why is that failing now? Syntax is incorrect. It's complaining about the echo equals. Does it expect only a space in between? Rebuild. Looks like nothing works anymore. Reverted back to what it was. This is what it was. Let's rebuild that, see if that's working. Build from there, rebuild solution. Now it's at one file copied. Now let's change this. If configuration name equals to debug. Rebuild. Is that failing because of this one? really? So it's actually the aligning of the parentheses. Parentheses, are they called parentheses? Google parentheses. Round brackets or parentheses, yeah. Square brackets or brackets, curly brackets or braces. Angle brackets or chevrons. Parentheses, parentheses. So apparently the alignment is important here. Else open, close parentheses. Copy the same thing here. Copy. If it's debug, it should be local. Otherwise, it should be live. Let's rebuild that. Else is not recognized as an internal thingy. Oh, and that was done like this. Rebuild again. Let's check. You are using preview. That's building the add-in, Blazor output. One file copied. That's from that one. Now let's try again. Echo on. Echo. See if that works. See, that worked. Then do the same thing here. Copy. It should be echoed. And copy this one. Oh. Echo. Build that one. Rebuild. That still works. This echo thing really doesn't matter at all, I think. Save, rebuild. That's failing. Don't do that. That worked. Now there's equal sign there. Okay, this should be much bigger. Almost close. Only want to ignore the output for that. I think it needs about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can also do, I think, something like echo dot before and after. Yeah. Echo empty line post event Visual Studio. Making it pretty. Exit, start processing, start processing. Add echo off. The echo off is not even needed. Maybe it's just echo with nothing there. Save. Rebuild. Echo is on. That's giving the result for the echo. And it should be 1 equal to the end here. Didn't even say good night, good evening to our chat friends. We do quotes then, 2 quotes maybe. Save, rebuild. rebuild solution. Now we get empty quotes. I just want a space there. Empty line, output, post, event, VStudio. No, that's not related to the post event. Build event. Echo dot without a space, that one. For example, try this. This was not working. Save and rebuild. There will be a blank line below, that's true. Above line is blank. The above line is also blank. There will be a blank line below, yeah, that's true. And I don't want that in there. Echo off, above line is blank. The above line is also blank. And this one is also blank. So I was close with this. So if I keep doing this, as this is the language that I recognize, rebuild solution. That's what we wanted. Nice. Oh, why is this trying to save it? Okay, so that's a fix for the project there. Add manifest copy step for live deployment. That's done. Done by me. And it is done. Fonts to assets folder in Blazor. How to add a font awesome Blazor. CSS isolation. How to change app. Let's put some quotes around assets folder. I've seen that somewhere in a demo. How to set a custom font for the whole application in Android. Font awesome. That's also used in Xamarin. Place images new folder in the app static assets folder. Maybe that was a preview or something. Combine environment, content, root path, assets. I need to look up where I found that. So let's close all these obsolete windows here, because it's all related to the post build event that is now working. Let's test it once more by changing the debug to release here, and rebuild the solution. Now it's a live one because it's released. Looks good. Back to debug and build it again. Rebuild solution. Good. Local file again. Now let's run this. F5. Loading, right. And we need to do something with the menu. Probably want to put it on top here. So let's go to the index page here. Close the properties there because that's now working. Close, 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 close. Where is close there? So we now have this button navigation, but this is should be flex. Flex direction. Let's open the other one. My website. It says loading thing. I also want to make this loading thing much more fancy. You can use Ctrl plus space to add an item. Ctrl space. Okay. Make more. Add more style. The loading page. Animated progress. Shutterstock. Elementsenvato.com. Animated progress. This is a much nicer thing. Progress of 2022. There's a year progress. Nice. Okay. This video, I don't want a video. Is loading, but that's in the page itself. I think this is already. Where's my project here? That's the app, I think. No. Main layout then. Shared. Loading. That's loading. Well, let's simplify it a little bit for now. Div app. Dot dot dot. This will be loading like the main layout. Usually it's like this. Class content, that should be, that's the header. Not sure if this will work. There's nothing in there yet. See what happens if we do this. Five. No, it's not really putting it in center of the page. Deflex align center. Well, I want an empty footer for now. What if I put a header in here? Let's do nothing in there for now. Save. I think maybe the styling is not even loaded CSS files at that level. Let's run it. Oh, we did not. Loading. I wonder if yeah, Blazor is already loaded here. No, not Blazor, Bootstrap. I should say Bootstrap. Bootstrap. Because if I make this H1, okay, it's unable to do that. Need to recompile again. Also, I'm not giving anything there. No, that's the issue. Okay. So now go in here, copy. I think there's a duplicate. Oh, it's already solved. Save. Come on, stop this. What's this empty thing doing there? Five. Okay, that looks better. I wonder if that's already running, if we do something Blazor in there. Save, rebuild and apply changes. See, that's not working because it did not load the did not load the Blazor engine yet, so I have to copy this one as fixed item in there. So as long as there are no Blazor items in there, that's good. Okay, let's check how this looks in Word. WinWord. Let's see if it's still in there. There you are. Insert my add-ins. Shared folder. The localhost version. That's good. Add. And it worked. How cool is that? So if we can just put some sort of animated spinner in here. And also maybe bring this into center. Let's see if that's possible. Let's put it on the container here. Don't save. Rebuild and apply changes. Also did not put it in the middle, I think. And that's because there's an error in here. And let's remove the space in there as well. And add a paragraph in there. To do. Yeah, rebuild it. Keep rebuilding it. And it's not giving me the row. I think that should be because of the orientation of flex. Flex direction, I think. Okay, let's Google it again. reverse. Well, let's leave it now for just loading. Center, text, center. Is that doing something? Align items, content, center. No, it's not. Content. Let's take this away for now, because that takes way too much time here. Save. Let's see if we can bring the navigation somewhere else. Like the main layout, there's a navigation in here. Nav menu. So that's the navigation thingy. Let's have a look at the navigation menu there. Let's close this. Go into here, navigation menu, there it is. Because these things are failing in the web view for some reason. Let me check that. We have a counter there. With a star in front. Why is there a star? Fetch data, that's this one. There's home. Let's have a look at page 2 on the index here. Page 2, that's something like this, but it's yeah, that's on the C# item for that specific page. Because if I copy this, is it? Now the move to page is not here. Because the move to page, why didn't it stop here? Where's the index there? That means that we maybe also need to do that in there. Let's move to page item. Copy. Navigation manager. Let's see if we can get that to work. It is recognized now. No, that was not what it's supposed to do. Let's see if that's working. Loading. There's a button there, and it is loading. It's loading over there. Nav menu CSS class. Oh, there's the other button. Navigation menu. So what if I clean all this stuff out of here? Don't do collapsion in here. Now bring the button to the top of the world. there should be something in between there. Kill all these items there for no interest. One div too much. Save. Let's run this, see if that's working. Rebuild. Go to page 2. That's working. So what if we put another button in there? That should clean it up already a little bit. If we put page 3 in there again, copy, bring that in here as well. You have to style it a little bit, but 5. Page 2, hello world. Page 3, content control, detailed. So we're missing the home button. That's on page 2, for instance. Now we have a home button. Copy. Twelve divided by 3 is 4, 4, 4. We need to take out the brand. That will load the same page. Continue editing. I think page 2 was hello world, I think. Then content controls. Some end scrolling in my ear. by doing so, we can now go into the home page and remove the complete button section there. So that should clean it up a little bit for each of the pages. There's the home button. Then the navigation manager is of no use anymore here. That cleans it up as well. So that's much cleaner. Why is this all angry at me? Yeah, because it's still running. And change this one. Remove the button, that's already done. Remove the navigation manager here. Then go to this one. There's a couple of buttons here, the home button again, and hard return, remove that. Also remove the navigation manager from this page. And to do this, we need an additional item here. Get return values from the JavaScript interrupt and project add and display add Blazor page like binding. Style the thingy again. How can we edit this? Oh, just by clicking on it a bit more. Okay, now I removed all the buttons there. Run it. I'm not too happy about spreading it all over the place, and this one should have the same background color, I think, as this one. But let's first see how this is working. Hello World. We'll go to the Hello World page. Yeah. And with content controls in detail. Okay, now let's run this in Word, see if that's working. Blank. Let's refresh it, make sure that it's loading the latest version. refresh, add, there it is again, task pane. Ooh, that's not so good. That's terrible. Yeah, and also don't want it in buttons maybe, but just for now. Let's change the fluid thingy there. Let's first check if it's all working, like a hello world. Click the hello world thingy there, that's working. Go to content controls, detailed setup. That did work. This one is a little bit different. If you go to setup, and you get the text, then insert content controls. Now you have content controls, modify the content controls. This will tag them all. Why is this zoomed into 180%? Nadjert. Not sure how you pronounce your name, but welcome. Good to see you back again. Set up plain paragraphs, turn them into content controls, and now modify the content, bring in some hello world text. Okay, let's change the background of the navigation. Are you doing fine? It doesn't care for me. Yeah, I guess you have some preference on how the pronunciation will be. This is not nice. That's looking terrible. They are all spaced equally, but these are not centered. What am I doing? Yeah, that's also what I wonder sometimes. I'm cleaning up my Word add-in a little bit. I took out the buttons from the bottom. On each page there were some buttons on the bottom. I put them in the navigation part, and but I still need to style it a little bit. Also, when the loading part is now different, and also the loading parts when I just start the add-in, it's now already starting with a little bit of layout, and you see this is not right here. That's not good at all. So I moved the all the navigation stuff into the navigation menu here. And this navigation menu, that's the nav bar, I think. Nav bar dark, that should have a color like the footer. Where's the footer? That's in the main layout, I think. Let's see what the style is for the footer. That's like this one. So let's have a look at the what was it again, the class for the nav menu, nav bar dark. I think this is a nav bar, yeah. So what if I put in something called a nav bar? Is it visible? Footer. That's the tag. Where is it? This is hosted in the main layout thing. There, nav menu. So maybe I can put it on the nav menu. Question is, where's the color set on this thing? Can I ask a general question, what I wonder? Sure. I don't know if I can answer it, but you can always ask. See if I can answer your question. What happens if I make this a container? Save. Continue editing. Go to the CSS. Nav bar. Let's put the same color in as the footer. Save, rebuild and apply changes. Let's resize it. The color is still not right. Control F5. What do you think about Microsoft buying Blizzard and Activision? Why did they make such a huge purchase? Well, the reason they did that is that they want to become the Netflix of gaming. And their competitor is like, it's Sony. Eh? Sony is another big competitor for Microsoft. But the other one, what's it called? Tencent? That's maybe even bigger. Tencent Gaming. Yeah, it's a battleground. Is it in China? That's a really big company. Spring Walkathon. Let's see. Tencent Games. Is that Epic? Is Epic also from Tencent? Is it? Tencent game list. Let's see what the market share is. Market share gaming. Online gaming. There you have it, I think. Top 25 public companies by gaming revenue. If you look at this, confirm my choices. So the number one, and not many people know that, is Tencent for gaming, but because that's used in China. Sony, that's second this time, Apple, and Microsoft 2.88 million. And there's a big other list, and here you see by acquiring Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, they now gain with 2 million revenues, most likely. So they go from 3 to 5. And so all of a sudden they are now probably they would be the second highest. But Microsoft, Sony just bought, I think, Bungie. Acquired Bungie, yeah, there you go. And as you might know, Bungie, do you see this? 3.6 billion. So they now stepped over Microsoft again. And Bungie originally built the Halo franchise. Although the Halo franchise is no longer with Bungie anymore because Microsoft kept the rights for Halo. So that's not in there yet this time. So the big shifts this time going from Microsoft going from 3 to 5, and Sony now goes from 4 to 7, I think. So they're back on the second step. But Apple is dropping down if you compare that to the other ones. Yeah, so I think that's a bit of the background. But I'm not a gaming expert in that with that respect. I do have a PlayStation and an Xbox. Well, actually, my son has one. I like gaming. I don't have much time to do that because I'm building things here. Why is the alignment of the buttons still not right and the coloring is still off? Let's click on the background here. See what we see of the coloring. That's a top row. That's the one. So there's something hiding my color. Blazor Add-in. What if I refresh this? Even your barber was playing with your beard, maybe, or yeah. Do you have a beard? Just hairdressing. That's dangerous when your barber starts playing. Especially if he starts shaving with his sharp knife. Switchblade. Go to my menu here. See, this is overthrown by this one. Where is this located? Top row. Who owns the top row there? Someone put the top row in there. Navigation item. Is it in my CSS? There's nothing for the navigation in here, I think. Navbar, so that's not high enough. Oh, this one. That's overruling the color. Class top row. What if I remove that? What's PS? PPS? Padding, I think. How are you with games? Not that good, I think. Xbox.com/ Let's see if we can do that. No. That's Twitter. How do you go to your Xbox user profile? Xbox user profile. Let's see if we can get there. Oh, yeah, there I am. That's me. Weird avatar. Xbox profile. Let's see how the URL for Xbox profile looks like. Oh, that's a bad picture. So I have something 5,000 points on Xbox. The last thing that I did was Halo. Why is it in Dutch? It's showing in Dutch. Because the page is in Dutch, maybe. Yeah, that's in Dutch. I hate Dutch pages. I prefer English US. A picture is, yeah, it's not like me. It's more like more like this. Maybe I should bring that one in. Where is it? Now I lost the page. Where is the page? Oh, there. US. Now everyone can read it. 13 years, that should be 16 by now. 9 years with Xbox Live. Halo, what's this? Rocksmith, yeah, I'm doing Rocksmith. Playing on the guitar. On the bass, I should say. If I lose 3 to 5 kilograms, then I'm exactly the picture. I should lose 20 kilograms, I think. What else is in here? Halo, it's all Halo. It's all about Halo. The new Xbox app is replacing this experience. Download it today. From the store, probably. Well, I should do a leisure streaming, like games on Saturday, maybe. I also do use Steam, but that's yeah, on the PC. That's like Xbox is usually on the console. There is Xbox gaming on Xbox Game Pass, I think. Xbox console companion Game Pass. But I usually play Steam on Steam, and then I do Rocksmith. Let's go back in here because I wanted to change this one here. What happens if I remove this one? Let's bring navbar to the front. Oh, rebuild. I am on Steam. Same account name, I think. Not sure if that has profile pages. I don't think so. Where does it go? Steam on my other screen. I hope it won't mess with my... oh no, don't do that. That will break my stream. I hope not. Where did it go? Went away. Oh, on the other screen there. There we are. Things like Among Us is quite popular. But a lot of things in my library as well. Also Halo, I think. Is there Halo in there? No. Usually I do things like Rocksmith, this one. Wow, it's been half a year ago already. I played it for 21 hours. Also the other one, I think. The normal Rocksmith. And I did a little bit of Counter-Strike maybe, yeah. Only an hour. Cuphead. I didn't play Cuphead. Yeah, but I said that there's too little time to do that. And do you see my background is now fixed? Let's see if the buttons, what I should do with the buttons there. Because if this is getting smaller, oh, that's okay. Yeah, I do need to style it a little bit like a menu. How's that on my web page, by the way? Soft as in software. Can I add friend on Steam? Yeah, you can. Oh, this is much nicer. Maybe I should adopt this one. Yeah, I should add a lot of animation things. There's nothing animation in here. I just added some animation on these items there. Good. Twitter. Yeah, indeed. Something like it's a flowing wave in the background of this this thingy. But I'm not a UI not a UI hero. I'm still learning that these things. That's what you get when you usually build normal Windows applications. They tend to be boring if you build them for big companies, and that's what I did. I still do. Well, actually did. That's the reason why I do this online. Because these days I'm more like managing people and doing less coding. But this already was an improvement. Let's go to Google and then go to Bootstrap. And I think look at Flex, what the options are there. Because currently I think now these things are like this. What did we put in there? It's just a container, nothing else. I'm working on front end. Yeah, by doing this I have to do everything. Front end, back end, business layer, data layer, things like that. Why is this thing there? Applying source changes. Yeah, I'm not applying source changes. Page 2. Hello world. Hello world. World. Okay, we need to stop this first. Then rename it. Hello world. Then this one should be hello world. Anything else? See if it still works. It builds, but let's run it. Spent half of my time learning English. All resources are in English. How did you learn English? Do you have advice for me? Well, I learned English, I think started just on school. Because in the Netherlands, I think English is a mandatory language to learn that. And we have options for German, French, English, Spanish, but the English one is mandatory. And I'm currently trying to learn Chinese on what's it called? I, by the way, have to do that before the day is over on Duolingo. So let's see. Put the audio on there. Quickly do an easy one. Zai. Zai. Hao. Qian. 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 I have to finish this before the day, otherwise my day stream is failing. Hao. Ni. Zai. Hao. Hao. Ni hao. Oh, that was the wrong button. Hao. Zaijian. Ni hao. Zaijian. Ni hao. Ta-da! Okay, practice complete. There you go. Yes, I use the free version, and that's there's a lot of advertising in there. If you can. Okay. No thanks. So this is my 532 day streak. It is free, yeah. You have to put up with all the advertisements in between, but you can start for free. Okay, so I finished my Chinese for today. Do you want to travel Chinese? Yeah. I want to travel to China, yes. That's on my wish list, but with the current corona thing, yeah, that's not the best thing to do now. $230 days? No, yeah, what was it? Don't see it anymore. It was more than 200. It was 500. Yeah, 532. And I'm on my diamond level. Let's load this into Word here. Let's close this first. Don't save. Let's see how this looks in Word. Yeah, the day streak. 532 is currently. 532. blank page, then go to insert, my add-ins, shared folder, select the item there. Oh, let's refresh it first to be sure. Add it. Oh, that looks terrible. Control F5. That's a little bit better, but still not optimal. Maybe I should make the text a little bit smaller so the buttons are smaller. Let's see how I did that in my website here. Why is it not loading my website here? This one is not showing. Why is that not showing? This one refused to show. Let's stop the website there. Don't save it. Kill the website there. Maybe it's interacting with this one. No, it's not. Why is this not working? Ah. Let's reload that. You probably don't want to be like me, because then you get way too little sleep. Because it's already 11:30 right now from my place, and I have to get up at 6 a.m. again. How were your days when you were lead on Microsoft? I'm not a lead on Microsoft, really. I'm a Microsoft MVP. That means that's some sort of an award. But I'm working for one of the big 4 accountancy firms. Let's have a look at the menu in here. Where's the menu? In shared. Navigation menu. Box shadow, that's also nice. Box shadow. Background color. Oh, why do I put the background color in here? That should be on the nav bar. Where's the home button in here? There. Where's the other one? Blazor there. Button primary. Can we also make the text smaller on the button? That's too big for me still. Have you been thinking about making a game? I have one of these big books, big pile books, and I started things with creating sprites and things like these animated things, but it was so much work. I just didn't have enough time to do that. It's still on my wish list though, and something for Maybe when I retire, I was going to have a look at font size on the button. Text size, bootstrap, button. Font size smaller. Yeah, I would put it on the button, indeed. Actually, come to think of it, you can arbitrarily do this provided one of the conditions are met. The button is consistent in size, to have a break just at the right spot, fixed width, or making it relative in size, applying a break at the desired spot. Then just matter of adding first line. What if you do something like putting a div in here, and add a class equals to text smaller. What's doing this? What's this doing? Let's save that. Run it. I said run it, but it's not running. Run it. It's not really smaller, I think. Is it smaller? I don't think so. Button. Which one is the button there? Download from the app. That's a button. Creating a link and then a button in the link. It's not really a button. There's a div. Font size is something like 20, 10. That's like resizing it really. And there's a button, a div in the button. So by doing so, going into the CSS there, adding a button, take the div in the button, YouTube chat is slow. We'll come to switch maybe later. Yeah, I think one of both is faster than the other one. Let's see if I can see that. If that's so if I wave over here, Twitch already happened. And now let it go. Looks like it's really slow. Did it already happen? Either I missed it or Twitch happened. For some reason I don't see myself waving in here. Maybe I'm not allowed. It's really late. That's minutes ago what I see here. Because I'm still here doing things with the menu. But that's probably not what you see there. Div, and then I want to make the font size small, smaller, extra small. Rebuild it. I'm not sure if the button is also shrinking then. It's doing nothing. Nothing of anything. Refresh. Doesn't even change the size of it. So that did not work. The button. Why is it still squiggly? To stop the process here. Build it again. Run it. What did I change? Don't remember what I changed. At least the pages still work. There's a button, there's a different button. Yeah, I still work for a big accountancy firm. Where's the button primary? Is that the color of the... No, it's not. Is it? Is that the same color? It's not the same color. Where is it? Nav menu. Button primary. So I wonder why this is the color of the button. Select one. Text small. Oh, that's wrong. I think text small center. This one is overruled. By what? Font extra small. Why is that overruled? An invalid property value. Oh, font? Did I call it font? I don't think so. Font? Oh, darn it. That's not working either. Yeah, I'm working one of the big accountancy firms. It's, but I'm not working as an accountant. I'm working as a development lead. Oh, see, that's nice. Small button. That's what I'm looking for. But why did it only put it on, put the div only in the first one, I think. Yeah, so we need to put, we can remove this. And make that one. Terminate it. Save it and rebuild it again. This edit and continue is really not really working in this context. Do we get a smaller button now? Yes, we get way smaller buttons. So if we now make this smaller into Word here, Word. Then let's reload the add-in here to make sure that it's a fresh one. Add it, and it's now reloaded. Now we have more aligned buttons. What do you think about Web3? I saw a man get jobs on Web3 developer. $1 million a year. I'm not sure if that's really true. But if he is, he has a lucky bastard. I think the padding is a little bit big for here. Let's see if there's padding in place. There is padding in place. Is that this one? 2. Let's take the padding completely out. Let's see what's happening if I remove the padding. What's PS doing? Web3 is apparently the big thing. Bootstrap. Spacing. So it brings in spacing there. So let's take the spacing out to just see what happens. So I need to put an extra item here. Control dot, no, control space. Yeah. Style the menu. Throw that away. Go back to here. Let's restart it all. Just to make sure that it's the latest version. F5. And do some Control F5 here. Now load this into Word. Insert, add in shared folder, refresh, select, add, and load it again. There's not much difference there. Let's also fix the size of the button. I think there's a button in here. Button primary. Let's add a button before that. Button. Width equals to now semicolon. Let's make that 50 pixel. Just for kicks to see how this is working. Oh, that's not right. And it's doing it for all the buttons and not for the specific ones in here. What if I do something like this? Force it in by the div. Let's make this really big to see what it's doing, what it will do. Yeah, that's much better. It's only the menu there, so this should be like maybe 100 now. And rebuilding again. What will you do on a responsive design for mobile? I should do more on that part. It's already a little bit responsive. If you look at the header, for instance. And where's my footer? Where did my footer go? Oh, there's my footer. Okay, so that can be even a little bit smaller. Or maybe the text should be not that small. Smaller. And rebuilding again. Page 3, that's the detailed content control, like this. With separate steps. Did it reload already? Now it's a bit bigger. Now the text doesn't fit the button there. Smaller, I did make it smaller. Still think that the colors of the buttons are overruled by primary, maybe. Once back to work, try to make a questionnaire for exercise. Yeah, that's a good plan. Start with the project and build that. So thanks for attending, and yeah, I think you're already following. So for everyone else, if you want to follow, just hit the follow button and the bell to get notified when I'm back online. Or if you're on Twitch, so what is it? Follow on Twitch. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye. I'm also wrapping up in maybe half an hour. So I will be back on next Tuesday. Do more Blazor development there. Less in the office context. Yeah, you already followed, I know. That's good. Thanks for following. Did it rebuild? I don't think it loaded again. Now the size is okay. Now the question is, how does it look in Word? That's not good. That's too big. Yeah. So the text should be really going to extra small then. Extra small. Continue editing, make this back to 100 again, I think. So for the add-in, that's better, I think. If, go in here, Control F5. That's still too big. Size should be smaller. $80 maybe. Still too big. There it moves over. Let's reload it. Let's make it really small to see that it's actually working. Let's make this 40 again. Save. Then build it. Yeah, that's too small. 60. Too small. 70. Still too small. Should be a better way to do this. Now it's fitting in there. Looks like there's some sort of padding in between. Ctrl-Shift-I. Select this one. See, there's a lot of space around the padding there. And there is no padding in here. Think. That's on the button. So where's the padding for this one? Button primary. I think that's the part on this one. If I do that, there's an impact on all these items. I can put padding on primary. So now the colors. I don't see these colors. Oh, they do. Okay. So if I overrule the padding as well for this primary thing there, text is white. That's better. Oh, that's not better because it's like this. So if I go in here, have menu, nav add-in, no, I first need to add the thing in here. Nav add-in, I think that what was called. Yeah. And just put the padding only on that specific item. These layout things, they really take a lot of time. No, wait. 5. That's not working. Oh, yeah. 2. Yeah, now only these are small, that's good. Let's load that into Word as well. Now the spacing on the right should be fixed. Spacing, bootstrap, bootstrap 5. padding right. B2. What's the margin right? Margin right. I think let's have a look at this. If I go into the items in here, they should be a little bit more to the right, left, I should say. So that's the nav bar. Can put it in here, the nav bar. Let's compare it to the previous version. Compare with unmodified. I had something like spacing in there, PS3, like PlayStation 3. PS spacing. PS start. Margin right. PE, there's PS. That's basically broad padding left. Padding in general. Padding. So that should be then. The right is, what did I say? Padding right, padding end is PE. PE 3. Rebuild it. Let's have a look at this. See, now there's a little gap there. That should give some space for the scroll bar. That's better. What if we go to page 2? There's no scroller. And then it's to should take the scroller into account. Learn how to resize the navigation bar on scroll. That's different. horizontal vertical scroll bar. Overflow. Basically what it would say is that you would also need padding on the left in case of the in case there is no scroll bar. Padding X. This padding X. Right and left. So yes, padding X. That's called PX. PX. Make it 2 maybe. Maybe that fits also next to the scroll bar. Wonder why these items are not even divided. In this case, it is when moving into here. And now there's a media size thingy going on. Apparently, there's a media thingy. I don't know. Doesn't look like a media thing there. The navigation is switching over from sizing. I don't think I have a styling in navigation. Other than the background color. For now it's not that interesting because I want to have this fixed. Yeah, it's too much to the right. So maybe still need to put in PX3 there. Loading. You have to fix it when it's wider than that, but usually your add-in is smaller than this. Especially if you're in the context of these office hosts. That's a little bit better. You have to take into account scroll bar. Let's make an issue thing there. Navigation menu, scroll bar, into account. Looks good. For now, at least, that is. All seems to be working. Home button, setup. Now we have paragraphs. Why is this a little bit different than the other one? Insert content controls. Now they are all content controls, and then modify the content controls. Hello world. That still works. Good, cool. Let's do a final thing here is renaming the last pages. Don't save. Go look for page 3. Page 3, that should be content controls. Content control details. I think the length of the file name mattered. That's all. Now rename these. Copy. I have to stop this again, obviously. Then rename this. Let's choose to rename them all. Yeah, now my order is changed. Is this squiggly? Because it still thinks it's running. Let's build that. See if it's working. Tum tum tum. Did it build? Output. Yes. Run it. still works. Go into Windows Word, WinWord. Last call. Let's make sure that it's the latest version. Loading. Shared folder. Refresh. Add. Edit. Open it. Oh, you see it also the text is overloading here. To do. See, the complete page should take the scroll bar into account. Let's see if this is working. Insert content controls, that's working. Modify, yes. Then go to Hello World. Click Hello World, it's working. Content controls. Detailed setup, this will only bring in the paragraphs but in a different manner. And back home. And setting it up again. Yes, all works okay. These buttons should maybe also be a little bit smaller compared to this one. Okay, let's check this in. Don't save the add-in there. Close this. Close that one. Now let's do a final release build. Let's clean it and clean solution. I said, oh, was there nothing to clean? There is something to clean. Rebuild. Let's check if the right manifest is now in here. That's the deploy to production add-in. So if you look at this, the old version compared to the new version. This is the old one, it's not working. Why is this not working? .NET. Yeah, should copy .NET. This is the old version with all these ugly buttons on the bottom and still called page 2 and page 3. That now is a decent name, so that's good. Let's quickly have a look at the changes here. We renamed all the pages and the main layout. Oh, we also changed the layout, the loading thing, and we added a nav menu. That's much better. So added top menu. Style the loading page, renamed pages, and there was one other thing I think. Yeah, and fixed the manifest copying depending on debug, or that's debug is local. Versus release, and that's on Azure. Commit all and sync. I should be doing this in branches honestly, but I'm still working on the master, as I'm basically the only one working on this. Unless you people from the chat want to dive in as well. That was not all. We have now to look at the deployment. If the deployment is working. GitHub. Go to... Oh. Start my project. Yeah. My repositories. Blazor Add-in. Actions. We are building. Yeah, so next week I should be adding some more Office features. This was mainly UI, what we did today. I'm not a master in UI, but at least it looks a little bit fancier than it used to be. There it goes, going from orange to green. Yeah, come on, you can do it. So click it. It's deploying. Yes, there we go. There it is. And now click on the link. And now it's loading with some information in here as well. Control F5 it. So now we need to check it in Word. When Word. Go in here. Then insert. It should now point to the live version. It's now the live version indeed. I do feel that if you go into the add-ins that it's clearing the add-ins over there. Bring it in. Now this is the live version on the interwebs. Setup. Insert content controls. Modify content controls. Hello world. That's working. Last one. And have a quick look in here where it's loading from. Network. Refresh. See, that's from Blazor Test Add-in, Azure Websites.net. Cool. All live. Back to home. Yeah, I really need to do something with the scroll bar in place. That's eating a little bit of my real estate there. everything else is looking good so far. So wrap this up. All checked in. Close that. Post build is now in place. If it's if we are debugging, it will take the local version of the manifest and copying it in place. And otherwise it's picking up the live version, going to the Azure website. Cool. Let's go to the main page here and wrap this up. So that was a final stream for this week. I think maybe I should do some gaming in the weekend maybe, but yeah, I don't know. So everyone, thanks for watching. Let's see if we can do some rating. Is there a small thingy going on? Maybe Iris John Games. We have 1 viewer to rate, so that's 2 viewers to rate. Okay. Ready in 1 second. Everyone, thanks for watching, and I will be back on next Thursday doing the full Blazor development on my website, and hope to see you next week again. Hit the follow button on YouTube, or subscribe button on YouTube, hit the bell, or follow on Twitch if you haven't already done so, and see you next week. Bye bye.